Hello and welcome to the top 100 maps of all time as voted by you with me, BonBonB. I'm BonBonB. You are very, very welcome. So we're going through the top 100, counting down slowly as we count down the days to Cities Skylines 2. Trying to find you not the best map for your next city build, but the best map for your last city build before we all move on to bigger and brighter and better and more exciting things. And I think we're all excited for it. So, what have we got at number 96? Well, it's a creator who's done amazing things, specifically with creating more trees than you can ever know what to do with since creating this map, which was, incidentally, their first map. Yep, their first map has made the top 100. My word, eh? How to go. Anyway, this is Gonti Bay by Greyflame. Yes, Greyflame, an amazing creator, and I think we're all in love with pretty much all of their work. I say pretty much. There's always something we can find to grumble about. Not much on this map though. Not much on this one. 85.5% is the approval rating from you guys. I reviewed it in episode 443 of What Map. Link to that will be in the description, along with the link to the map as well, which I'm going to do for every single show, like I always do. Now, not that it matters, because this is your voting, not my voting, but if you're interested, I rated this 5 stars for aesthetics, 4 for detail, 4 for gameplay potential, and yes, of course, it got the BonBonB seal of approval. What can I tell you? Currently it has 1,458 subscribers. 178 of those are favorited. We have a 4-star rating on Steam from 70 people who have bothered to rate the map. Amongst the other things, we have got about 20 requirements off of the workshop. It does use the unlimited tree mod, so again, if you've switched over to Tree Anarchy, you'll probably have to switch back to the unlimited tree mod for this map to work. It may work without, but 736,000 trees, you're going to need something, and it probably, maybe, possibly be broken with Tree Anarchy. We don't know. I've not checked. In mass transit, you will need mass transit for this one as well. We're using the Temperate Coast, Temperate Coast 4K theme from Pidalmo with the Clara theme for sand and cliffs mixed in using a theme mixer too. The LUT is Scotland Tom's Wild Wilderness. I think that's everything. I think that's all the information that you need before we start with the flyover. Now, I actually don't remember too much about this map. It's from a while ago. Where was it? 2018, September 2018 this was released. So almost 5 years, or getting on for 5 years ago. And it's one that is going to be a rediscovery for me. Because it's a little bit older, I'm guessing there's going to be some things that may be slightly substandard by today's standards, but that said, I mean, the ratings are all done of their time. So people that rated this map were rating back in 2018. So there may be some things that we look at and we go, oh, but there might be some throwback stuff that maybe some skills that we have lost over the years. Big old truck going past my window. Maybe there's some skills that we've lost over the years that maybe we need to go back to look at. My first instinct looking at this is it's a really strikingly beautiful design for a map. We've got this little peninsula over here, which I'm guessing is going to be intricately detailed. We've got this long outcrop down here. This has a name. I've forgotten what it's called. But like it's kind of a sandbar, sort of, I guess. Looks like we've got a detailed harbour extension there. A wharf, I guess. The networking. It looks like we are just following the coast, which, given the mountainous looking scenery here, makes, again, a lot of sense. And the bridge here. Let me just check again. I'm sure there's no shipping route coming up this way, and if there is, we just have to check the height of the bridge. Not that it matters. Really doesn't matter. This is already old as its ratings. There we go. Shipping route comes in. The unnecessary loop, but it's also, it don't break nothing, does it? And you could argue that it just means that ships coming from wherever you put your harbour won't all just be joining at the same point. So I guess there's an argument for that. Anyway, let's go have a look. I'm going to start down here. The start square is right up there as we get towards the peninsula. So we'll do a little fly-by down along the highways. Seems like a thing. Mass transit. So we have got the mass transit National Road there. So not a heavy traffic orientated map. That's not what this is about. This is about... Oh, the quick shout out also. Right, so we see all these trees. Lovely trees. I reckon it was doing maps like this that inspired Greyflame into doing some... Well, I mean, the tree sets that they've done. I mean, they've done countless. I'm going to say countless. You probably could count them. I have lost count at the amount of tree sets that Greyflame has done. And a lot of them are of this Pacific Northwest style. The tall, the very, very tall classic trees. The stuff that we think of when we think Pacific. I know Pacific Northwest isn't all about the tallest trees you can get, but they are the iconic ones, and they're the ones that immediately spring to mind. Quality, quality, quality. Now we've got a little elevated section here. These little areas here where you just imagine the water runoff during the wet season. And Pacific Northwest sort of area does have a wet season. Yeah, I mean, you can just imagine it, can't you? You can just about imagine it, I feel. A little bit of rock detailing here as well. Now, I may possibly grumble if we look deeply about trees. There you go. Trees growing out the tops of rocks. That is, I mean, how much are you going to worry about those things? As always, this map got an 85% approval rating, 85.5% approval rating from you guys. I gave it a whopping 13 stars seal of approval. So in terms of any minor grumbles that you may see, I can be completely, as with all of the maps, we're looking at the top 0.02% of all maps on the workshop here. So any minor grumbles you might see should be overlooked and ignored, and maps like this should just be played. Should just be played in the manner that they were intended to be played. Now we have, this is a good looking island. Now remember, 736,000 trees on this map. We've got a lot of grasses, which I would say that when they're used well, and I would say here they are used well, they do help to really make the map live. However, of course, it can be a bit taxing on those of you with slightly less powerful PCs. When I say slightly less powerful, I'm talking potatoes. Yeah, that's it. Potatoes. Anyway, what has we here? Oh, that's a nice, interesting intersection. I heart this intersection. I heart it. Yeah, that is very neat. I don't remember this at all. In fact, I remember very little. I mean, I remember the name Gonti Bay, but beyond that, I don't recall much about this map at all. In fact, it's really not the map I was thinking I was going to be reviewing when I saw it at number 96. Maybe the map that I'm thinking of will be a little bit higher, because more recently, maybe it's a little bit higher. There'll be less buildable space on the map I'm thinking of. But this one, I mean, just have a little look at the tree work here, where we've just got little inlets here where the water runs through and out, or apparently runs through and out. And just look at the way this is all lined and edged. This is just superb and sublime tree detailing. Superb and sublime. Little things like that could be just easily overlooked. Just go in, you build a map, and you start building a city, and you just accept it being what it is. You compare a map like this with some of the base game maps and some of the DLC maps. I say some. even content creator pack maps. Admittedly, yes, we're using a bunch of custom assets here, which of course the vanilla maps can't have. But if you're talking standards, are we down at the start square? We're not yet. We've got a big old bridge to cross. Yes, when you're talking standards, the standards on this sort of map are just so good. A little bit of encroaching foliage there on the road. Again, you can unset anarchy on tree anarchy or unlimited tree mods to hide that. That won't be a problem. And I wondered, did I check for blue mantle here? There won't be any blue mantle, but let's do it. Let's do it. You'll be missing this. Look, that is so covered in trees, even if there were mantle, which there isn't. You couldn't see it. That is really lush tree coverage. That is so green and dense. One of those two words could be used to describe me. Okay, so the big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge. This is interesting work. I'm guessing this is based on a real life bridge. Oh, could you get traffic clipping against that? We'll see some traffic down here. No, I think they're far enough away. Of course they are. Of course they are. How ridiculous of me to even suggest that they wouldn't. Anyway, interesting and very pleasing splaying of the networks here. How they come from being really tight, especially here, national roads. Now we're going up to the 2-lane highway, and the rails breaking away as well. That is very pleasing, very, very aesthetically pleasing in terms of design. And start square, this must be, yeah, just moving into the start square now. But just have a look at, just look at the river over here. How lovely is that? Simulation. I'm going to let the simulation run today as well. Let me move the game speed up, and we'll let that resolve itself. There's no way that's a problem. I say that as the river finds its way to its fill level. We will come back to there, but yes, we have. Let me come back into camera mode there. Camera's going to be a little bit jerky for a few moments while we let the simulation get up to speed. And yeah, I did let the water run. Clearly not for long enough there. Let's have another look at that river. That seems to have sorted itself out now, doesn't it? Let me go back and slow the simulation back down so we get some more pleasing camera control. And this also feels more true to life as well. So, right. Yeah, that river. The trees right up to the edge of it. The rock work, the grasses, the foliage, even down here in the river. You could believe that this was an actual river. Well, it is an actual river, isn't it? But they've done a really believable job of that. And that, so we just follow it all the way down to its out. Got this little pond here. A little pond. It feeds out from there. I think when we did the review of this, I vaguely remember going up this river the other way. I think. I'm getting sort of possibly fake memories of this map now. Where's that heading out? Oh, and that heads out. Oh, that's so nice. That is so nice. I love the way that's been done. That is really, really lovely. I'm going to head up the river a little bit. Just see whether... I think we went up this river from the beach instead of down the river. Vague recollections. Right, we'll have a look at some bits over there in a moment. Anyway, down here, I did say I thought that this area was going to be intricately detailed, and I think you could argue that we've got exactly that. Little rocky outcrop. Don't think I'm going to be building anything down here. Maybe a lighthouse, maybe an observatory, or a little a castle. Ooh, it's a castle down here. That's another thing that you could go for. That is a creator's paradise there for building something that doesn't exist. This is what Cities Skylines is all about. This little rocky island here. I've got a minor negative to say about that, and I'm not going to, because this is talking about the best of the best. I've got a minor personal negative, which in modern times I would have definitely harped on about on the flyover, but I think that might have possibly just edged the 5th star for in modern scoring terms for gameplay away, that island. But all told, it's still really, really good, isn't it? It's really, I mean, talking about splitting hairs over, is this map perfection, or is this map really, 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 really close to perfection? And that's all it ever comes down to. I know a few people get grumbly about me. Why didn't you give that 5 stars? Well, I thought it could be, if there's any one little thing that could be a tiny little bit better, you can't get 5 stars. Not when you've got an absolute scale where you have 100% at the top. Let's face it, on this list that we're looking at now, there isn't a single map which will have 100%. Not a single map. And that's as voted by you. So there is no such thing as perfection, but there are maps which are really close. And 85% and above, I would say, is really close. We got there, we got just rugged mount. Again, you're not going to be doing any building. Let's face it, on the map where you're not going to be doing any building in these areas, why would you go to all this effort? And the answer is because you're an amazing map maker and you are proud of your work. Why would you not go to that effort? It's more the question. Especially, like I say, when you can have a tree count like this. When you've got a tree count as high as this, you it's not like you're trying to save trees, is it? Trees and rocks. You may as well go for it. If you're going to cause PCs to chug, you may as well go for it. It's lovely. Right, one last thing to look at, I think, before we go and find a location to settle the camera down. A little look at that lake there, which caught my eye earlier as well. So yeah, I think rocky outcrop here. Let me have a little look at this. Now again, the detailing just feels like the whole thing is alive, waiting to be built on. The buildable space, I mean, look at how it's centered on the 25 tiles here. All this area here, all ready to build a big old bay community. I'm loving that. All little islands as well. For those of you that like little islands, I'm not sure what you'll do with these. Sanctuaries, bird sanctuaries. Get some seagull spawns on there, maybe, possibly. Yeah. Quality. Again, another quality map from another quality creator. We've been so blessed over the last, well, I mean, 8 years now, isn't it? But since I've been at the reins of WhatsMap, we've been so blessed with such amazing maps, and this is one of them. At number 96, it's Gonti Bay by Greyflame. Again, if this is your sort of map, there's no reason why, unless you're running a potato, no reason why you shouldn't play this map. Superb, excellent work. Absolutely love your work, Greyflame. Please keep going. Right, that is it for today. Join me again on Monday, where we'll go up to number 95. It's number 95 already. Counting down the top 100 maps of all time. So thanks for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing, for joining me for another flyover. We'll do it again soon. We've got all the usual stuff on the channel as well, so don't miss it. And I'll see you again very, very soon. Thanks for watching.